Welcome back to River Valley Chronicle. I'm your guest host, Abby Peel, wrapping up here at Alice Peck Day Hospital here at the Woodlands Independent Living Center. And I am so excited about our next guest. We're going to learn about the Appalachian Trail from someone who just did it from start to finish, Matt Miller. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So when I say start to finish, I actually don't really know where it exactly starts and where it exactly finishes. So that's why I need you.
Yeah, so it starts in Georgia, and it walks its way all the way up to the main woods of Katahdin.
Okay.
And that's the start and finish.
And you just completed it. How long did it take you?
I started February 15th, and I ended June 20th, so just a bit ago.
Just a few days, or about a month ago, actually. And tell me why. Why did you do the Appalachian Trail?
Well, I don't know. That's one of the main questions people ask me.
Yeah.
And I guess one of my answers is always my dad, raised me in the woods. The first time I made the summit Washington was when I was 4. And he just shared his passion with me, and I loved it. But I kind of got the best answer from a southbounder that I met. He was finishing his hike, and I was just getting started. His name was Max Heaps, and he was like, yeah, that's the main question you'll get. And for me, it's just, I like to wander, but wander with a general direction.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the Appalachian Trail really is for a lot of people, just wandering out in the woods and having a good time.
So one interesting fact I learned about the Appalachian Trail is a lot of times you have a trail name.
Yeah.
So, and what is the purpose of that, and what was your trail name?
The purpose is, for me, I think it's, you're escaping the real world.
Yep.
I like to call it the fake world. But
yep.
You're escaping the real world, so you go on with a new identity, and most of the time other hikers are supposed to give you your trail name. I went on with mine. My dad wanted to name me Gator when I was younger, and my mom was like, no way, I'm not letting my son his name be Gator. So that was it. I went on with it.
Went on with Gator. And so you start off on the trail, and do you have a sense of how many miles you want to do a day, what your end goal is for the day?
Yeah, so I started out wanting to have low miles so I didn't get hurt or anything.
Yep.
But just as I walked, I got, in shape, and I just walked more miles, and it was easier for me. And I started out doing 12-mile days, and my biggest mile day was 37 down in Pennsylvania. So it's kind of just whatever the terrain gives you, you go with.
And you actually come right through the Upper Valley on the Appalachian Trail through downtown Hanover, essentially. What was that kind of like, and you got to see family?
Yeah, that was really cool. For me, hitting Vermont was the coolest because, once I got there, I knew I could finish.
Yeah.
Because I'm from this area. And then when I got to Hanover, my parents were visiting, my friends were visiting, and that free slice at Ramonto's Pizza. Yeah, that was really good. So it was awesome getting here.
And so what were some of the favorite parts of the Appalachian Trail? Favorite state? What were some of those?
I'd say for most people, I think New Hampshire is one of the favorites just because it's so beautiful. But being from this area, I grew up in the Whites, and something completely different for me was Virginia. And it was just awesome. You're hiking on Ridgeline a lot. And the Grayson Highlands was my favorite part of the entire trail. And there's wild ponies up there.
Wow.
So there's a bunch of those roaming around and grazing. So that was real cool to see that because it's different from around here.
Absolutely. Did you do a lot of the trail alone?
I did. I started really early compared to other people, other thru hikers. And I met up with 2 buddies of mine, 2 guys I met on the trail, hiked with them. We kind of hiked during the day alone and then sheltered together. But then when I hit Vermont, I hiked alone all the way to Canada, actually, basically.
Canada.
So, yeah.
And what do you think is the toughest part? Is there any part that you look back and you're like, I would not want to go do that again?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, why?
The southern half of Pennsylvania is all right. But the northern half, once you hit the 501 shelter, the shelter name, it's all rocks, and it's like the trail crew went in there and dug the rocks up and then placed them pointy side up just to tear our feet apart. And I had some foot trouble down there, and it was really hard, and I don't think I'll ever go back there.
And what are you carrying while you do this? How much of your personal belongings is with you?
Everything I need to survive, really. It's whatever you're comfortable with, and you can go on the trail and people can say, oh, your bag's way too heavy or way too light, you don't have the proper gear, but whatever really gets you down the trail and you're comfortable with is really what's going to get you to your end goal, which is Katahdin or Springer Mountain in Georgia.
And were there any points throughout the trip that you were like, I just don't think I can keep going?
There might have been a few spots, you know, where I was getting down. I'd been alone for a while,
Yeah.
and I thought about family and friends, but that was just an hour. And then I thought to myself, wait, you know, some people are, you know, doing that job they hate, or not having a good life, not doing what they want to do. I'm out here enjoying every single day of, you know, every hour of this day, and then, you know, it was a good day. I loved it, even if it was pouring rain on me.
One of my favorite parts being a social media queen is that you use social media essentially on the Appalachian Trail. You have a YouTube channel. Tell me why you decided to do that.
I decided to do a YouTube channel because some of my friends were telling me, you should, you know, document this trip. It's going to be an experience of a lifetime. And I was like, you know, that'd be cool. So kind of for me to look back and be like, oh, wow, I was an idiot, you know?
Right.
But then as I, you know, started making these videos, people were commenting, like asking me questions and like how I inspired them to start the trail. And it was really nice to get those comments. So I kind of built it into possibly getting more people into the outdoors and getting kids out and having a good time.
Well, I encourage people to go check out your YouTube channel. We'll put the information on the screen and kind of get a feel of what it was like being out on the Appalachian Trail. Matt Miller, I think it's incredible. Any future plans for hiking?
Right now I'm kind of looking at the Arizona Trail with
Cool.
my friend Gringo, so that's next maybe.
Well, I think it's fascinating, and keep us up to date too. We would love to hear more as you go out and be adventurous.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. For more information and to check out Matt's YouTube channel, it's all on the screen. I highly encourage go learn more about the Appalachian Trail.